Hello, this is a quick video on our experience setting up the Intex Ultra Frame pool 16 by 32. This was a pool we acquired during our pandemic summer and has been probably one of the best things we did for the family during these crazy times. So let me walk you through our setup, some of the things I've learned during this time that might be helpful for you, for those of you looking for ideas and tips on how to set it up. So first of all, what we did was we hired a landscaper to level the area where we wanted to install the pool as much as we could. We asked our landscape company to do an area of 20 by 40, so we had enough room on the sides to add pavers and whatever we need to secure the legs. And I asked them to put about 2 inches of sand on the area. So as you can see, we have weed fabric, we have sand, and then when we got ready to set up the pool, so before we started, we went with some insulation as the base. So went and bought a couple sheets of that Pink Panther insulation that you would see at the Home Depots or similar stores. I got a 2-inch. So in terms of how many panels we did, so I think it was 2 across and about 4 on the long side. So those were about 20 something each panel, worth every penny. One of the other things we did, as you can see, was to use these big square pavers underneath each one of the legs to also help us, level out the pool. Those went obviously after we got the frame together. We have never done this before, so putting it together was quite an experience. We gathered as many friends, family members to help us. So I had my nephew, niece, my daughter, my son, my uncle, my in-laws, everybody kind of helped. It's not really difficult, but it takes a little bit to figure it out. One thing I have to say is I have heard from people recommending using Vaseline to get these tubes to go in easily into the fabric of the frame. So I didn't have any Vaseline. The thing we didn't start using anything, so the first side of the pool was really challenging to get it through easily, but then we decided to go with a little bit of WD-40, and oh boy, that made the setup so much easier. So think about that if you're still thinking about putting it together. The pool itself, the kit that came with the pool, included this ladder. Ladder is too flimsy, not secure enough for me. Our family were pretty tall, and we didn't feel like that was the right thing. I also have my mother-in-law, who wanted to get in the pool, and that one definitely was not ideal. So I bought this at the Home Depot, this ladder, which was fantastic. It's actually 2 different ladders. They kind of come together. So this one is the outdoor, kind of ties into the one that goes inside the pool, which makes it a lot easier to come in and out. Perfect again for older people, even just to sit on the steps and chill out. And it does include, or you can buy separately. I don't know if I can see it through here, but there are a couple bags that you can fill out with sand. You can see that there's 3 of them underneath, and they're made for this particular ladder. That, if you ask me about the brand, I'll think about it and I'll find out and remember. I forgot the name of the brand, but I'll look it up and I'll add it on the comments with information. That was easy to put, perfect, very, very strong. So highly recommended. Definitely over that. It goes perfectly over the steps. It doesn't sit on the frame and makes it easy to go in and out. And let's continue along. So our Intex pool comes with 2 intakes, so where the water is sucked into the pump. One of those come with the skimmer. So there is a skimmer that's built into the pool, and it's fantastic. It definitely helps clean up and take some of those leaves. Right now, our skimmer is being used by our pool vacuum. And this is one of the Hayward Aqua Critter models. This is our second one. The first one we got, I really didn't have a lot of information how to properly connect it to an Intex pool, and did not have the idea of why there was not enough suction. So anyways, it's a fantastic little vacuum. It handles the curves of the Intex pool perfectly, and you can see her go through these, and it makes a big difference. I'll make another video on this, but I'll come back and tell you a little bit more in my next video on how this is working. So one of the things that comes, obviously our pool is a salt chlorinator system. It's a pretty big pump. We added about 150 pounds of sand, in whatever sand is recommended, quartz sand, into the system, and that is also seating in a couple pavers. I'm getting actually a little privacy screen here to cover the area. But one of the things that I think is a design flaw of the Intex pools is that when these hoses come out, they kind of hang on this area, and the weight, I think, puts a lot of stress on the actual fabric or of the pool. So I did quite a bullhug workaround and put a hook, couple chains, and definitely took a lot of the stress from the pool. So you do what you need to do to make it easier. So our pool is connected to an outlet we had to put in here. They had to be inspected by our city inspector. So anyways, it's the connector for the pool is really big, and I had to connect a few other things. So I went ahead and made my little connection box, and in here I added a GCFI power strip. So I had the pool and also the Intex nightlight, which we just received yesterday, and I have to say that was one awesome thing to add to the pool. So it is magnetic. It has a light for the outside. It has different colors, and it also has a light for the inside. But the nice thing about this is that it's a magnetic light. So you can see, it's kind of attached to the outside part, and it has a really beautiful color at night, a really powerful light color. So it actually makes night swimming a lot of fun. And here comes Wanda, and we named her Wanda because we had originally purchased the Wanda fish one, which was fantastic, but this little girl's doing his job. All right, let's move along. And again, one key thing is definitely go with the solar cover. It makes it so much easier to warm up the pool. We got the clear one over the blue one after reading a number of posts in the internet. It seems like this one handles the heat much better. And we did get our Intex solar blanket roller that also makes it a lot easier. Things I've learned is keep it clean. So like right now I have to clean it because otherwise you leave some leaves that will stain. And what I like to do, I use the big brush of the pool, collect the leaves, and then I use a chop bag just to vacuum as much as I can. Right here, you see the spot, I have some Gorilla tape, waterproof. I had to cut a section of my cover so it could go over the pool steps over there, and I just reinforced that area with the Gorilla tape on both sides and the bottom on the side, and that helps a lot. And also, things we learn is if you know that there's a heavy storm coming into your area, do not just rely on the blanket to protect the pool. If you know there's a big storm, do use the Intex pool cover so you protect the solar blanket. We did have a storm a couple weeks ago, and a little branch, nothing big, just a little branch, fell into the pool, probably the right angle, right speed, and make a big hole. Not a big, but a significant hole on our solar